Oh man, yo, what's going on, people? What's going on, people? FC South versus the NFL. But I come on, boy, Mike, get yourself together. Y'all already know what it is, man. What week 12, but it's Turkey Day. I know I'm shuffling, bubbling, all kinds of stuff. So what y'all doing for Thanksgiving, man? I know I just finished putting the stuff in to brine my turkey. I've been smoking a brisket for the last 10 hours. And now I got it in the oven, holding for another 12 hours. This junk better work. Oh, I'm dark as hell out here in these streets. Hold on a second. There we go. Take a couple shots. He was in the chat. What's going on, Donald Duck? Brian Pearson. Who that? Dre Murphy was good, man. See what you got. Everybody. Got a couple looks at the chat while we're waiting for Michael. So everybody doing, fellas, on this hump day tonight, aka Thanksgiving Eve. You are right about that. Night raised up. You got a Falcon fan. A touchdown. We ready, so we don't have to get ready though. Point blank. Period. Don't know what you're talking about, but what's good, right? What's good? Tempe, you already know. Go Bucks. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Same to you, my brother. Brian Pearson, what's going on, man? Saints fan all day. Okay. Trail, you already know, man. What's good, man? Shit. We're trying to get up here, man. Mike trying to get himself together. I see him in the back. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I started this. And Brian, what we got? Are we going to trade that hat for a New Orleans Saints hat, man? The only hat y'all looking at right now are paper bags, boy. I know y'all, man. There's a lot going on out there, man. I saw the whole Jameis Winston interview. Trying to hold off and talk about it with Mike a little bit. There's been a couple things going on, man. Looks like Sean Payton might, or he's already talked about wanting to come back and coach. If I'm not mistaken, people are really starting to look at, West teams like the Chargers. They're saying everybody wants to coach Herbert, so that means that their coach might be on the way out. And Arizona, I know Arizona's a hot, Stefanski. Mike right there, he a big person that can't stand that motherfucker. So they talking about Sean Payton possibly going there. But don't like going back to the Saints, man. I didn't think so, but those some interesting places. Would he really want to coach Kyler Murray? I think if he would. There's also been a connection that Tom Brady and Sean Payton might be putting a little package deal together. Very interested to see that kind of triculate. I was the one that kind of undercut the Tom Brady to Miami. I wasn't sure about that, but I'm gonna let this stuff ride, man. Arizona's a very interesting place to me. But they just paid Kyler Murray, so I don't. Does Sean Payton want to coach Kyler Murray? Are they going to trade Kyler Murray? Interesting stuff, man. Interesting. I ain't heard much about the Cowboys. Everybody was trying to say the Cowboys are Sean Payton. There he is, goddamn. There he is. Look at Ian. It's 10:40 at night, my brother. It's been a busy day, man. You see what time we getting on, man? Muffling bubble. I just tell you, man. I literally remember I was talking about that, Brian. I just put it on my turkey. That thing on the back slab, chilling in that 45-degree weather, man.
Yeah,
it's rough, man. This pre, Thanksgiving, you hosting something. I gotta basically prepare everything. Get to my mother's house. That's like 45 minutes, man. But, we got to go on here and talk about this, man. At the end of the day, we had to get it in, man. All we ain't prepared, obviously. It's just been crazy, man. Crazy. Wife just getting home from the D, Detroit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Had the kids for the last couple days, so you already know how that be like.
They watch themselves.
Nah, Trey, man. Trey he was active these last couple days. Usually he be sleeping.
Mm.
I was able to still get on Call of Duty a little bit. But,
oh yeah, you gonna get your fix in.
Hell yeah. But let's see what we got here. That's the word right out of my mouth.
But James, that dude, what's good with you? What's good with you?
Can I ask a question about the NFL? What do you think about Odell Beckham? Hey.
Let's talk.
Odell Beckham. So me and Mike are split on this. We're gonna talk about this. Odell Beckham to Dallas is, I guess you'll say, interesting. I mean, it's obvious that Odell Beckham wants to go to somebody that's contending right now. That's clear as hell. Right. Rams are pretty much that door shut. But Mekhi Parsons has been tweeting a lot to Odell, like, man, you see us out here putting up points. Come on, man, come play for the. Nobody knows what Odell want to do, man. I mean, Odell, I would think, wants to play football. He's made very, obvious that he wants to do that. Yeah. Dallas is an interesting place, just in the perspective that they're looking at. That's a team that's looking, to go into the playoff, right? I mean, the NFC East right now is a very strong division, with the Eagles leading the way, even though they, had a little stumble as of late. But yeah, man, I don't know how it's gonna work. Man, they got Gallup over there. They got CeeDee Lamb. Do they need more receivers? Look, receivers?
Look, Dallas, yes. CeeDee Lamb. Why? Okay. Let's start off by saying this. Dallas is doing something that I really love, and I'm gonna keep saying this. They're playing really good defense,
right? And
they're running the ball, so they're imposing their will at the line of scrimmage. So that's two things you really want to do well: is have a very good defense, play good, and impose your will and run the football, because that goes throughout the entire year. And they're able to do that. Now, getting a guy like Odell Beckham, I think, can even help take it to another level, because teams know that they're going to run the football, and I don't give a darn how many yards or how many catches CeeDee Lamb had last week. He's not a number one to me, and I'm not going to treat him like one until he proves himself to be a number one. So I'm going to play our defense the way we're going to do it, and that's going to stop the run. But Odell Beckham out there, you have to change it up. You can't just stack 8 in the box. You can't even try to come in 9 and play a little inside guy on the slot or whatever the case may be and just say, hey, man up. Everybody just man up. You can't do it. You can't do it. You're going to go 8 in the box on them to try to slow down that running attack. Because Michael Gallup ain't it either. I mean, I'm not saying these aren't good receivers. They're really good receivers. But Odell Beckham, man, you see what happened when he went in with the Rams. He balled out. I thought he was going to be the MVP if he didn't get hurt based on the pace of what he was going. He was just showing up and showing out. And I think you do the same thing with this football team. Do I trust Dak, though? Like, you don't want Dak to throw the ball a lot. But if my targets are going to be, if he gets 25 to 30 attempts, right, Dak, then Odell Beckham can get about 10 of those. Let's say 8 to 10. That's a good range, man. He comes up with about 6 catches, man. You know what I'm saying? Out of that 8 to 10, some good numbers, man. That helps. But I would still stick, and my identity would be running that football and make sure we got more rushes than throws, because we know what the record is with it.
100% agree. 100% agree. A more interesting team that I haven't heard much about, but if I was him, I would look at the Los Angeles Chargers. With Keenan Allen and Mike Williams in and out the lineup, there's definitely a window over there for him to come in and slide in and be another weapon out there for Herbert. I know they're on the cusp of the playoffs, but they are, in my opinion, I think they are a playoff, or maybe another receiver away, because they're struggling with that. I don't know, man. There's that Dallas, because I mean, at the end of the day, you need Zeke to get the carries. You already know you need 40 carries in that team, for them to be successful. This team's record is crazy. When Zeke is touching the ball 25 times, it's like it's a really low losing percentage to wins when it comes to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So even if they add Odell, the identity of that team doesn't change, right? It's just going to continue. It's still pounding the rock. And who knows what Odell's going to be coming off this injury? That's my whole thing. I'm watching Chris Godwin with us, just getting up to speed, and he tore his later than Godwin. So,
but he's still a threat, though.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just a couple of games, because it's going to be late in the season. So teams are still going to game plan for him, even though he's coming off of that. He's going to have to really show some regression in like 2 weeks, a 2-week period, and then they're like, okay, we might change it up then. But he's coming in second half of the season. Most of these teams have 8-7 games left.
Yeah,
and he's going to a team he doesn't have to be. I mean, they're looking at CeeDee Lamb to hopefully be the one. So he doesn't have to be that, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to be everything because they got other weapons out there they can use. Like my man Dre Murphy. What's good with you, Dre Murphy? Don't forget about Tony Pollard in the pass game. I mean, he run the ball too. So they got weapons, so he doesn't have to carry this football team. And I wouldn't go, and I'm not saying that it's not a good place for him statistically and what he can do. I think Chargers is a good spot for him. But the Chargers, if I'm going to choose a team that I think has a better shot of going and doing something in the playoffs, give me Dallas over the Chargers.
I get that. And you don't have to deal with a team like the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? That would be my whole thing about going to the AFC is that you know where you have to go through to win that division. And NFC is a lot weaker. He has a better chance of, if he's with a team and he makes the right decision to get there quickly. And obviously the Bucs were another team that was being thrown out there early, but I'm not hearing as much. I'm hearing, like I say, I'm hearing more Dallas right now. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what Odell's going to be. That's my whole thing with Odell. But in a place like Dallas, which they should lean on the run, yeah, I guess he could just fill in there and get them 5 targets and be good.
Well, it's a few teams, man. I heard the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
And I also heard the New York Giants.
Yeah, go back home.
Yeah, Saquon and all that. I don't know how you feel about playing with Danny Dimes, but Buffalo would be interesting. Von Miller's been recruiting him since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, and they got a connection there because they were together last year,
Yep.
with the Rams. So that is interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Motown. Yeah, it's rough. She had to go up there to a little funeral in the family. That's why I got stuck with the kids back here. But she made it back before, no snow, no nothing. There was no problem. You might play yourself Ian. I don't care about the side. Yeah, Dre. I mean, yeah. I had to mess with him though, man. Who do you see in the NFC South? In your honest opinion, both you guys win the division. And honest opinion, who do you think? It's a wild card. So you're basically asking who you think maybe can squeeze in as a wild card? Let me see. So who do you think in the NFC South, in your honest opinion, both of you guys wins the division? And in your honest opinion, am I getting lost in this? Who you think it's the wild card? Oh, who's the wild card in the division to win the NFC South? I think that's what you're trying to say. Who's the wild card? But there's no even solidified first place. You can say really in the NFC South right now.
Carolina Panthers.
I think you a Saints fan, right? So I think you feeling good about just getting that win, which it was a good win.
Yeah, we need to talk about that, fam. That's a good way to segue into
it, man. It's just that simple. This division is probably one of the worst in the NFL from a standing standpoint. and anybody can still get it. I mean, obviously, as a Bucs fan, I feel really good about our chances and where we're going and the direction that we're heading coming off a bye week. Falcons just came off a big win against the Bears that could have went another direction if a couple things didn't happen that way. But hey, they weathered the storm. Right. They won that game, right? Saints. Again, who are the Saints? I mean, is that the big question right now? Like, who honestly are the Saints? And what is the prediction? I don't know if this win meant much in regards to, what we thought of the Saints, because what they beat, they beat
Rams.
They beat the Rams, right? I mean, that's a team that we're now in a 2-game winning streak, so they be pointing in the right direction. Maybe the Rams are a team that can use the point yourself in the right direction after winning that game. And the Carolina. I know Mike's feeling good over there about Carolina.
Yeah, but can I speak on this? Oh, go ahead. No, you talk.
I'm just saying. I mean, Panthers just lost. Even though it was a really tight game, basically the entire game, they made a Ravens offense that's been doing pretty well not look all the way good. The only problem the Panthers really got is that their offense, right? I mean, they can't figure out the right quarterback. Now you got Sam Darnold about to come back in there. I know Mike's going to probably get a little bit into that a little later. But yeah, this thing is wide open, bro. I still think it's gonna be the Bucs. I don't, as of right now, don't think that Atlanta got enough. Saints, I don't think their coach and speaking of TJ and how he feels, it don't seem like they got much. Carolina, they can't figure out themselves.
Quarterback question.
Yeah, I mean, y'all playing quarterback carousel over there, so
yep.
I definitely do think it's Bucs right now. They got their own faith in their hands right now, or faith in their hands. So,
all right. So,
what you eating? First of all, that shit look good. You looking them damn fingers.
Hey, look.
I'm always trying to talk. I'm looking at.
It's finger food. I got some chicken right now. I had a little bit of meatballs and some chicken salad with some crackers. Hey, there's some finger food right now, man. I should be eating lighter. I know I'm gonna be eating like crazy tomorrow, but it's all good. So, New Orleans Saints, man. I think I said about a week or so ago, I want to sit and watch this team. Because I did say that they were probably only going to win, but like maybe 2 more games the rest of the season because that schedule was brutal. But I don't know, man. I don't like Dennis Allen. But they do something, they go beat the Rams and they get it destroyed by who they get beat by. Anyway, last week. No, it was the Ravens. Okay, well, the Ravens are the Ravens. So let's just keep that thing real. So Ravens take care of them Monday night. Then they turn around and beat the Rams. This is very similar to y'all, though, DJ. Y'all beat the Rams. Beat the Seahawks team. I believe the Saints beat the Seahawks. Lost to Baltimore. Y'all both lost to Carolina. It's some teams. The only difference is y'all won the head-to-head. Right? Because what are y'all? 5-5, and they're 4-7, 4-6.
4-6, if I'm not mistaken.
They ain't had a bye yet, so they got to be 4-7.
Or 4-7, something like that. They got 4 wins.
Right. So,
yeah,
it's about a game and a half off, or maybe 2. So they're not that far out of it. If they can come together, I don't know if I don't trust Dennis Allen, but they would be to me because of what happened in history. I would say the closest wild card we could think of in this division because they've been there before, and they got guys that know how to play. They got professionals. They might be getting some weapons back, and they ain't getting him back. Michael Thomas ain't coming back. But secondary pieces, some defensive pieces, all that. Yeah, 7-4. All right, bet. 4-7. Let's say 7-4. 4-7. Like you said, DJ. But I don't know, man. Because when you look at their schedule, let's pull that up because I don't think just thinking about their schedule, I think that's the reason why I'm kind of like, dang. But it's not that I don't think that they can't do it, because they could be hitting stride. You felt good about a game that you got to win from the Rams in the last 40 seconds. And I was like, man, ain't nobody. And it carried momentum to the next week, like you said, and felt to be able to beat the Seahawks. And then you went into a bye. So if they go back to back, they got a bye next week, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they got 2 weeks. They got the San Francisco 49ers in San Fran. Then they got us on a Monday night, and then they got their bye. We're gonna learn a lot about the Saints these next 2 weeks, in my opinion.
Yeah, I ain't worried about
and what direction they want to go with their season. Because, like you said, they're right. They're at a fork in the road with their season right now. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of adjustments and change with that organization. And there's been a lot of questions if Dennis Allen can really, steer the ship the right direction. This San Francisco game is going to be a tough game. I mean, they beat so far Atlanta, Seattle, the Raiders, and the Rams.
Right.
This can be one of those games. If they win this game, that's a big confidence booster. Playing against a team that people are in the NFC outside the Eagles basically saying is the best team in the NFC.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a primetime game.
Nope. So you ain't got to worry about Andy Dalton pooping the bed.
Right. Look, I'm going to answer a question. I'm going to answer Drake's question first, and then I want to talk about what Brian said, because he made a good point about just Aaron Rodgers. And DJ and I, we'll get to that, man. Hold on. But you said, do I trust Andy Dalton, though, bro? I trust him more than I trust Jameis Winston. And I'm throwing it out there. And I'm going to tell y'all and explain to you why Dennis Allen is going with Andy Dalton over Jameis Winston. Has nothing to do with race. So let's get that card out of the window. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with him being a defensive-minded coach. And as a defensive-minded coach, you're wired a certain way. And the worst thing that you can do as a defensive-minded coach, from an offensive standpoint, is put your defense in bad situations. And how do you put your defense in bad situations, you say, Mike? Turning the ball over. Jameis Winston puts his team and puts his defense in bad situations. It's happened when he was in Tampa. It's happening in New Orleans. From a defensive-minded coach now, I'm just talking about a defensive-minded coach. So you would want to go with the coach with the quarterback that is less risky, even if he can't give you those big splash plays. But that's less risky because you feel your strength is defense, and I can coach defense better. So if you put me in a position where I gotta overcompensate for the offense along with my defense, then that's hard. And that's why they ain't been winning they ain't won for 4 wins, even though they got more than us. So don't think I'm trying to take shots, but we were predicted to be down here. Y'all weren't. So I don't know, man. I think that's the reason why. I know for sure that's the main reason why, is because he trusts Andy Dalton, because it's the same thing in Carolina. Steve Wilkes kept going, and people were saying, well, Baker's healthy. Why isn't Baker starting? Baker, he can't lose his job due to injury. Same situation. He's like, no, yes, he can. And the reason why he can lose his job due to injury is because PJ's going to take better care of the ball, in my opinion. And so, since he can take better care, because we just saw Baker just started, and we had 3 turnovers, 2 of them was his. PJ playing that game, we still might have had a turnover, maybe 2, but he would have gave us a better chance to win because our defense was balling. And it's the same mindset. I mean, the exact same mindset Steve Wilkes has as a defensive head coach. Same mindset. So that's why he's going that route. And Jameis, unfortunately, has better talent. He's just with the wrong guy. And it sucks because he didn't pick Jameis. I know he re-signed Jameis. He didn't pick Jameis. Sean Payton got Jameis. I'm going to let you rebuttal on that because I know Jameis your guy. But, Mike, what's wrong with PJ? He got a high ankle sprain. He won't be good this week. He'll be ready for next week, but he's practicing. So, Sam, let's see what – my bad. We'll talk about that. We'll see what you got.
I mean, I ain't got much. I mean, if you want to go by history with the two players, that's what it comes down to. Then you're gonna go with Andy Dalton, right? If you're going by his Cincinnati history and things like that, because as of this year, Dalton in 7 games has 8 turnovers. So going by that logic, and then he also on top of that only now has 3 wins out of 7 games, or was it 2 wins? What's he at right now? Or 8? What did he play? Hold on. I think he either has 2 wins right now. He got 1, 2, 3 wins.
He got 4 wins. He got 3 of them.
5 losses. But he's played 8 games, and he has 8 turnovers.
So that's a turnover. Like, Jameis played. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm just basing it off of what he's done. You know what I'm saying? So if it's turnovers and you're still not winning games, so to make it sound like, this guy is protecting the ball, which by what it's saying here, he hasn't. He has multiple games with multiple turnovers. It's not all the way true with that. And like you said, at the end of the day,
I'm about to tear you up. This has got to be first take. I mean, undisputed. Go ahead. My bad. I'm taking.
I'm just saying,
it's undisputed today because I'm gonna tear your butt up with that.
Yeah, whatever you want. I don't. At the end of the day, neither one of these players are obviously the future of the team, right? It's just not. Doesn't look like it at all. Because right now, if you got a player already coming out talking about how he shouldn't be losing his job, due to injury, that means that player is not on the same page with his organization. That by itself is going, they're gonna part ways. Like, I will highly doubt, even if Dennis Allen makes it through this year, that Jameis Winston's there after this year. And then Andy Dalton, you can look at Andy Dalton as a safe person, as Mike already talked about, right? That's a guy that's not going to do much one way, but he also isn't going to, like you said, put the ball in jeopardy. Probably going to, do a couple things, maybe move the ball a little bit, play a lot of, field possession, field position, football with Andy Dalton. And right now, it seems like they think that that's the best thing to do. But I don't know. Like I told Mike before, I don't think it was fair because, Winston played in September when a lot of teams did not look good in September at all. I mean, throughout this entire league, I think preseason is being handled incorrectly by many teams in the NFL because they're not allowing players to play. And we got, I think, 2 years now running poor September football. That's why Atlanta Falcons have come out early and looked good early because they played their players throughout the entire preseason. I think that's what teams need to go back to because it's not allowing a lot of teams to get the fast starts. Obviously some of your better teams can, weather the storm, but some of these teams that either, need to get a fast start can't do it without really touching the preseason. But, that's what I think that Winston had to play through. Because before that, Winston last year was not turning the ball over with this team. I understand with Sean Payton as the head coach, and maybe with Pete Carmichael trying to work some things out, being the new offensive coordinator with this team, because he never really, by himself, ran the offense. There's some learning pains there. There's some growing pains there. He had to learn how to do stuff without Sean Payton. So I don't know. I just don't feel like you really know what it looks like with Winston, but you rode this Dalton train from week 4. You might as well finish out the season going out with Dalton. There's no reason to bring him out.
So let me ask you this question. PJ Walker or Baker Mayfield? Who are you going with as the Carolina Panthers?
Well, my thing about Baker, I'm not a Baker guy. So you could tell me, if you gave me Sam Darnold, I would take Sam Darnold with Baker Mayfield. I'll take PJ Walker over too.
So PJ Walker, right? You're saying you're gonna go with PJ Walker. All right. Andy Dalton and Jameis Winston. I already know you just said it didn't. I
don't think it matters.
No, it does matter. You said Andy Dalton got a chance to play 8 games. Jameis got a chance to play 3. Andy Dalton has 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. I know he got 8 turnovers, but 7 interceptions. 14 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Jameis Winston got 4 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. This man has played 5 more games and only has 2 more interceptions than Jameis, and has 10 more touchdowns. So where's the ratio there? Like, to me, it makes way too much sense. It's calculated. I mean, this man is taking better care of the football. He's giving us a better opportunity to win football games. So how am I going to sit over there and justify putting Jameis in? Everything that Andy Dalton's doing is better. His quarterback rating, his completion percentage, his yards per attempt is the same. Like, everything this man is doing is better than Jameis. There's no way with this offense with less weapons.
If you take the same 3 games with Andy Dalton, I mean, you're not looking at that big of a difference. What, 3 and 4, or something like that? 4 and 3 from a turnover to interception ratio. Touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, like you said, it's a small sample size, and you're stretching it over 8 games. Like you said, Jameis is going to have him a good game or two that he's probably going to throw about 2-3 touchdowns and probably not turn the ball over. You're giving a lot bigger sample size to Andy Dalton. And you're taking 3 games with Jameis Winston, because there's a game here that he has 2 games where he threw multiple interceptions, and it wasn't pretty at all.
But what I'm saying is, over an 8-game stretch, he's thrown less interceptions than he's played games. Jameis has thrown double the amount of interceptions of the games he's played.
It's the same, like I said, it's the same.
No, it's not, DJ. If I take 3 games,
you look at his first half of
if I take 3 games,
starter, he got what? 7 interceptions. He got 5-6 interceptions in his first 4 starts.
Well, we know you gonna stretch the goalpost and go 4.
No, that's what you're doing. You did that first. You had 3 games, right? Let's take a smaller sample size of Andy Dalton when he first started with the Saints, and he has 6 interceptions in 4 games.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna say this: the Saints have been in every game. Every single game. Every last one of those games.
Not the Arizona game. That was late.
You said the first 3 games. If I'm doing a 3-game sample size, it's the first 3 games, right? They have the same record. 1-3. If he's going to Minnesota game, that's a 3-point game. The Seahawks, they won. And then the Bengals is a 4-point game. Those are, you look at the record of the teams I just said. The record of the teams I just said, that was an 8-1 team last week. Now they're 8-2. Now you got Seattle that's 6-4. All of these teams got winning records. There's not one team over here that has a winning record that Jameis played the first 3 games. What are you talking about, fam?
Hey man, like I said, I'm very.
You pro Jameis. That's all.
It's not pro Jameis. It's just simple fact that
blinded by this thing.
You're taking 8 games and like, oh, he has 8 games to play, and he only had 7 interceptions. Well, guess what? He had 8 games to play, and you taking a 3-game sample size and trying to make it sound like that's what it is, right? He has a sample size with the New Orleans Saints that you don't ever want to talk about. You want to just go past that and say, oh, well, we can go back to the Tampa Bay days, or we can go back to the 3 games that he had this season. But you don't want to talk about nothing.
Because Sean's not there. Because Sean's not there. We're talking about Dennis Allen under Dennis Allen this year, right now, who's giving you the best brand of football between these two. Andy Dalton, his first game, did not turn the ball, didn't have an interception. Had 1 touchdown, no interceptions. So that's game 1, right? Now that's game 1 you want to talk about. And he threw 200-something yards or whatever the case may be. What was game 2? The game that they won. Did he have a few interceptions there? He had 1 interception there and another touchdown. That's 2-1. 2-1 right now. So we want to go to the other game they lost. Who was that? I think it was another winning team, the Bengals, his former team. And he had 1 touchdown there. So he had 1 interception throughout that stretch. 1 interception in those first 3 games and had 3 touchdowns. You're taking care of the ball. You're putting my team in better position to win football games. If you want me to go if you want to go me the same sample size as Jameis, it's those first 3 games, and it was against tougher competition.
You're still
and you can't tell me that.
You're still losing games. You lost games to Arizona. You lost games to Pittsburgh. Bro. You're still losing games. Like, I don't know. Like, all right, whatever. Like I said, at the end of the day,
there's nothing you can say to back. How can you back this? Tell me how you can back this right now.
I'm not.
Yes, you are, nigga. What you talking about? You are.
I'm backing. All I'm saying is that, look, from what it sounds like, I don't think a player would come out if he didn't have conclusive information that if I was to take a break or if I was to try to get healed up from an injury that I had no business starting the season with, get it, you know what I'm saying? Get healed up, he'll have his starting position back because it was very clear that he had no business playing in those games. You could see the limp. We were talking about it before even the season started. We were talking about the injuries. We could see him just hobbling all over the damn place.
That's what y'all was saying.
Talked about that, and we said, well, if he probably sat down, he ain't getting his spot back.
Right. I knew that.
That's exactly what happened. It wasn't because of poor play. It was the reason why he sat down. He was on his report. He was out because of an injury. He was out for an injury. Just wasn't a benching on some Zach Wilson stuff. It was just like, all right,
and Zach got a winning record. Zach is 5-2,
and he got sat down for being stupid, right?
Because of bad quarterback play. The same reason Jameis got his butt.
He got sat down because the dumb ish that he said, yeah, along with bad quarterback play. But I don't think if that happens, if he don't grow under Jasala's defense, that he gets sat down.
Man, that was a legitimate excuse, a real reason that he could use to sit him. He'd been wanting to sit Zach Wilson for some time because he know he ain't helping out his defense. He got a Trill defense he done built over there, and he's coaching his butt off on.
Oh, yeah,
shout out to Trill One. Speaking of the Trill,
I've never was a Zach Wilson guy. I'm just making.
So y'all help me understand this, right? Help me understand this, people in the chat. All right, the New Orleans Saints, their first game, they put up 27 points late that fourth quarter. That's the only quarter that Jameis has played well so far this season. They put up 10 and they put up 14. This is the offense now. They put up 10 against Tampa, 14 against Carolina. That's the next. Andy Dalton loses against Minnesota, who has a winning record, puts up 25. Beats the Seahawks, put up 39. Plays Cincinnati, puts up 26. If I'm looking at this, and I just wrote down, I know y'all can't see it, 4-5, Jameis, 3-1, Andy. During that stretch, there's no argument that you can say to say I'm going to put Jameis Winston in. You just gave me an argument and said you're going with P.J. Walker, not Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield lost his job due to injury. He was hurt. It wasn't like he just played bad and P.J. Walker just came in because they wanted P.J. Walker to start. He lost his job because he got hurt and P.J. Walker got the
Guess what Baker just did past week?
That's because P.J. Walker got hurt. If Andy Dalton gets injured and then Jameis Winston goes out there, he better take his job back.
So it's a carousel with y'all. So that
and it should. He should. Yeah, DJ, you're missing what I'm saying. If you're saying a guy shouldn't lose his job due to injury, I don't care who it is. You need to be consistent across the board with that. You're biased when it comes to that mess. There's no way Baker. I agree. No, Baker is a bum. He shouldn't be starting. But on DJ's narrative and theory, he should be starting because he shouldn't have lost his job.
Sam Darnold should be starting because he was the one that was brought over here with a bunch of picks.
No, he wasn't.
That's the one that should be starting.
Baker was brought over here after they brought Sam. So that let you know they didn't trust Sam anymore. He was just stuck on this deal, and they had to go another route
right now because they're not winning with that quarterback.
But they're not winning with Jameis either.
They ain't winning with Andy.
But I have a better chance of winning from what I've been seeing right here.
Not by the percentage right now.
How not by the percentage? They got the same percentage
right now. What is it? 1 and 3, 1 and 2.
That's
30%.
Stop putting the chat. DJ
right
crazy.
Now.
You right. What a girl that did
that right now. Let's do the math on that. You're an analytical person.
They're the same record.
Right now,
Andy Dalton is 3-5. Right? That is better than 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is 33.33, whatever it is, percent.
3. Right.
3-5 that's 40%. That's a bet. No, he's 3-5, right? Yeah. So that's 3 out of 8. Yeah, that's roughly about 40%, almost 50%.
Ain't no 50%.
If he get one more game, that's 50%. So he's almost it's 40-something%.
Right. Like I said,
It's a better
I said that Andy Dalton, for what he's already been doing, it makes sense to continue to go with him. It don't matter with anything that's going on. This is the guy you chose, and just ride it out. Simple as that.
I ain't choose him. Jameis just didn't steal the job and take it like he was supposed to. That's what that is. He handed Andy Dalton the job.
Yeah.
We can go on to the next topic. Oh, y'all talking we look like undisputed. What? That Skip over there. That Skip over there. DJ Skip.
Nah.
Ain't making no daggone sense. Skip. Tell me what you call Andy Dalton. Anyway, man. Let's talk. What you want to get on, man? Panthers, Falcons. Let's talk. See, you brought up Sam. Let's talk about Sam and Baker in the situation, man. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Skip. Don't. Skip. Don't. You say your point, Skip.
I mean, what point is there to be? I mean, like you said before, you've been calling the entire time. Let's see this one. Let's see that one. Let's see this one with Steve Wilks' coach team. You might as well see Sam Darnold at this point. You know what I'm saying? What else is there to be lost when it comes to, I guess, quarterback play? Like you said, it's been poor. It hasn't been to the level of NFL play. Okay. So, Sam Darnold, let's bring another one in. You know, he's played last year, wasn't all that great. It was under Matt Rule, right? It was the same thing with Baker Mayfield. It was under Matt Rule.
Yep.
Let's see how he can look now with Steve Wilks led team where they're going to run the ball, play possession football. You know, you got a player like Sam Darnold who's going to check the ball down. He's going to do what he needs to do. He's not going to put the ball in harm's way. He's not really going to throw it down the field. You're going to play that field position game with him and see if you can win some games with him actually being the quarterback doing that. That's basically what it is. It seems like to me with Sam Darnold, because maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's trying to find the best person to be that efficient check down, underneath thrower, don't put in a bad place or get the ball intercepted. And see if Sam Darnold could do it at a better rate because your defense is still playing well. Players coming back with, I saw Jeremy Chin out there the other week. And they're playing at a good level. They played a team that been putting up points and led them 13 points. So with that being said, can Sam Darnold, who had a better connection probably with a DJ Moore, can he look a little better than what's already been seen with PJ and Baker Mayfield? Right.
Right. So this is what I say with this, man. DJ Moore, when Baker Mayfield was here, was MIA. We didn't know where he was at. He wasn't showing up. I think he had average 20-something, I don't know, something like that, 20, 30-something yards per game. Only had one touchdown during that stretch. PJ Walker gets inserted. He goes up. Of course, not that first game because we didn't throw the ball worth a darn against the Rams. They handcuffed him. Then he goes 10 targets, 7 catches, 69 yards, a touchdown. Then the next game, that was against Tampa. Next game against Atlanta, he gets 6 catches on 11 targets, 152 yards, a touchdown. Then Cincy kind of disappears. In Atlanta, he played better. He got his touches. Didn't get many yards, but he got some touches and done some things. But this last week, he gets missing again. Baker Mayfield has killed number one receivers, and we know this, right? He did the same thing. Odell Beckham's dad was coming out talking about him and how he can't read the field and he's missing people open in all 22. Shows the same thing. He just pity-patting, never looks comfortable in a pocket that actually has kept people comfortable, but not PJ. He can't throw the ball. He is batted down. He just looks like he's, oh, my God. Like somehow he faked it until he could make it, and now he can't fake it anymore. And so now he's in over his head. So he was able to take this stretch to make a little bit of money. Hopefully he invested in some things. He had some good commercials, and they can live a good lifestyle because there's no way in the world Baker Mayfield's going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL unless somebody gets hurt. That is
it. Come around on that.
That is it. He can't do it. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. Well, DJ put up 1,000 yards with Sam. Remember that. DJ put up 1,000 yards with Sam Darnold. I mean, he had his first game he played with Sam. He had 80 yards. Next game, he had 79. The game after that, he had a $126. The game after that, he had a $113. Game after that, it was Philly. He played against his hometown. That was a tough game. He had 42. And after that, 73. DJ Moore puts up yards with Sam Darnold. And who do you have out there right now? You don't have Christian McCaffrey. You got Foreman, who's running that pill. Terrace Marshall, because you got Terrace. He can play with Sam. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. There was a guy. I'm telling you, it was reports in the locker room saying that Sam Darnold, that the players have been asking for Sam Darnold. Like, please, they do not want Baker Mayfield. We want to see Sam. Sam wants that opportunity. And when Baker was doing all that stuff for attention, it's like the camera got to be on. He just has to have some type of attention. He wants the people to just talk about him. He just want a head bunt going down there. I'm like, man, that shit is crazy, fam. And so now they got to talk about him. And when he was doing that, I saw the players in the line looking at him like he's a freaking idiot. Like, they don't want that. So give me Sam Darnold. Let's see what he can do. I agree with Wilkes. Why not? And plus, you think we're going to play Baker and give up a 5th round pick for this trash here? This dumpster juice, this dog water here? Nah, fam. Let's see Sam, and let's see if he can get the ball into DJ's hands, because DJ Ball actually played really good with Sam Darnold. Really good with Sam. It was Bobby Anderson that struggled with Sam, not DJ Moore. And with Foreman back there and Chuba and the guys that we got running the ball and the identity, I think he'll be all right, man. You got to think. McAdoo said that Sam Darnold was better than Baker coming out. He had Baker down the list. Let's see. I want to see it all. I wanted to see the Desmond, whatever his name, King, the Miami quarterback that was 5'9" that we picked up just for practice play, thinking he was Lamar Jackson. I wanted to see him play. Let everybody play. Smart move, Steve Wilkes.
It's good that you're talking that now. This is good.
Well, I want to say this real quick, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in there. A lot of quarterbacks being benched right now, man. We got Davis Mills being benched for Kyle Allen. Shout out to Kyle Allen. Everybody know Kyle Allen was going to be the savior from Cam Newton in the South, in the Bible Belt. If y'all understand what I'm saying. He was going to take that. Never mind.
So, all right. So, Ritter. So,
yeah, let's get on that.
Desmond Ritter, the future.
Yeah,
I don't think Arthur Smith. He's the one that got him drafted, right? I mean, he's definitely the future of this team. There's been a lot of conversation, especially on this channel, about when that future will begin, right? If you watched us before the season, Desmond Ritter was my number one quarterback coming into this draft. I was a very big fan of Desmond Ritter. I thought he was the most pro-ready quarterback. I thought he was the best leader of the bunch, right? We got to see a little sample of him during the preseason. What he was in college kind of shined through a little bit. Obviously, there's a little more, and if he plays more NFL snaps, like some things that just need to be touched up. But he still had that touch, even with that. What got me, I guess, excited from watching him as a fan of football is to watch him in that last preseason game. Throw that touchdown. That's like I feel like that was a magical throw, right? Like only certain players can do stuff like that and win games. And when he threw that ball down the field and ended up being a touchdown and ended up winning the game doing that, I was like, okay, this player looks like he can transition and look like he can do this earlier than later. I think as a passer, he looked better than Mariota during the preseason. But Mariota knows the offense better. He fits the offense and what they want to do right now, and it made sense why Mariota started the season. We are now week 13. Me, Sean, Mike, we sit here and we talk about, this division. And my thing about the Atlanta Falcons right now is I think Desmond Ridder, as of right now, poses a different threat that can bring another element to this offense. But again, I understand it from Arthur Smith's standpoint of still running with a guy that and what you're going to kind of get out of him. I understand that. But yeah, it's clear that they're going to let him just probably get the year off. Get the freshman or redshirt year.
Yeah,
he's definitely going to be the future of this team. I think he has something special. It's unfortunate that it has to be in this division, but yeah, man, I'm thinking he's going to be a pretty good player in this league.
Yeah, if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I'm looking at this as he's the future as well. You got a ton of capital coming off the books and are ready for you to go in free agency and got splash guys or whatever you want to do. You ain't got to go splash. Just get the right guys to continue to build this football team. You're in a rebuild period. In a way, you're retooling yet rebuilding because you're having success in your rebuild. You're actually doing it the right way, unlike us. But this is a guy you drafted in the third round that, like DJ said, is probably going to come out as the best or one of the better quarterbacks in this draft. He's in prime position, if you ask me, to be in a team that's going to protect him well. The offensive lines around Arthur Smith plays really good. They run block, they pass protect pretty solid and pretty good, and they're not phenomenal now. They still got some stuff they got to do in the passing game, but they'll get there. But they do a very good job, man, and he's going to continue to grow that group. And that defense is going to get better. They're going to get more defensive talent. I'm telling you, Atlanta's a desirable place. That's Black Hollywood for people to want to go and play football. So they're going to do that because they're going to have the money and the draft capital to make some things happen. Do you continue to just keep Mariota on the roster? Potentially, yeah. You have him as a backup. Right now, I want to give a shout out to Sean, man. He's not here, and salute to our guy, man. He got family and stuff going on, so I get it. It was tough for us to get it, as you see, it's late.
Tough, man.
Yeah, but we're making it happen. We're gonna be consistent. We're gonna show up, CP time and all. But he sent us something, man, and I want to make sure I share it, man. Lamar Jackson right now has 1,977 passing yards, 16 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. So I'm pulling up the stats, and yeah, that's what I see. The exact same thing, 63.4 completion percentage, right? We're not talking about his rushing yards. We'll get to both of the rushing because they both run the ball. Then you got Marcus Mariota, who has 1,878 yards, which is only about a 100-yard difference, 13 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. That's 3 different touchdowns, which does matter. Is why they have a winning record and they don't. Neither have actually played phenomenal football.
Mm-hmm.
But Lamar's winning with this formula because he has, better talent and better football. So to say Mariota can't or isn't a good quarterback, I disagree with that. I definitely disagree. He has 62.2 completion percentage. I think Mariota's not groundbreaking. He's not a stud. He doesn't have any boom in him. He's kind of just like plateau. You're gonna get what you're gonna get from him, and to set a foundation of what this team and the identity, what they're gonna be, he's the perfect guy. This is their bridge quarterback. Like Teddy Bridgewater was supposed to be for us. This is their bridge quarterback. And they have their guy. They're going to Patrick Mahomes him. They might even Aaron Rodgers him, make him sit another year. I seriously doubt it. He'll probably go in next year because they want 3 years at least on that deal. So, yeah, he's definitely their future. But do you stop there? Are you good with just Desmond Ridder taking over next year, DJ, and going with Mariota being your backup, or do you try to even elevate that position even more? Because you're going to have capital.
Nah, if you're talking about draft, no, I'm not going after him. I'm not drafting another quarterback. I don't know what free agency really looks like at this point at quarterback. But you're like you say, you already got Marcus Mariota, so why wouldn't you just re-sign him? I mean, this is probably even Mariota's not a dummy, right? This is probably his best opportunity to continue to play, right? I mean, I don't think there's a bunch of teams that's going to line up for Marcus Mariota after this year. And like you said, it's an offense that he already knows and has probably going to play an entire season with. Right. But they're going to use their capital on that defense. The defense is god awful. I mean, they got to get more talent over there, and they got players that need to continue to develop over there. And they also, I think, they need a little bit of offensive line help as well. But yeah, quarterback, I think Desmond Ridder is going to be the guy until he doesn't show that he can't be the guy.
Yeah. I mean, they like you said before, they could do the same thing. I mean, Marcus Mariota's a better runner. I will say that. But you're not utilizing Kyle Pitts. You're not utilizing Drake London. You're not utilizing these guys on the outside that a Ridder can utilize and help progress and take that offense to another dynamic that's not so predictable. You can still have your identity running the football, but you can have some unpredictability there too.
Yeah. I don't think Atlanta Falcons fans expected, Damiere Byrd to be their number one receiver that Marcus Mariota can hit. I don't think that was what they expected to see this year.
No.
With the draft capital, with 2 top 10 receivers.
So should they have gone? No, we need to talk about Tampa. I ain't gonna keep beating them up. Should they have gone Kyle Pitts, number 4? Or should they have gone Justin Fields? There's been a lot of talk.
I mean, I think a lot of teams are kind of like, damn, we shouldn't have ate the drink the Kool-Aid and really looked at the player and really believed what the player really was. Because a lot of people passed on Justin Fields, had no business passed on Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he say? He said they was like,
yeah, the bird, the word came from us, man. University of South Carolina, Gamecock. Shout out to you. I have been talking about Bird. He didn't do this for us. He was fast. He's always been fast. Always. I mean, blazing.
Big plays, man. He's the reason why they won a couple games. He is. I forgot what game it was.
Kyle Pitts. Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, you had Matt Ryan at the time, so you're like, damn, I'm gonna get Kyle Pitts to go with Matt Ryan with Calvin Ridley and all that you had going on. Yeah, it made sense. It still makes sense.
Right. But let's just keep moving and then let's get into these picks after that. So what question you got for Tampa, man? You mentioned Tampa. What's on your mind about Tampa coming off a bye week? You know what I'm saying? We nice and rested. I mean, do the push-ups, enjoy that Florida sun. What's up, man?
I mean, the NFL, if they didn't want Brady to finish off, if he does finish off, I don't know, hell, he ain't married no more, so he might go another 5 years. Who knows?
He's undefeated not being married.
There's also some history shown that I believe Tom Brady has been in the Super Bowl every even year since 2000, I can't remember, but something crazy.
Yep.
So with the NFC being so wide open, right? Philly doesn't look like they're unbeatable, right? They're not putting fear in people's heart. I don't know if it's the People still don't believe in Jalen Hurts, so they feel like there's a chance there. They haven't been able to really stop the run like that either, so people believe that they have a chance there. Heck no, I'm not going Kyle Pitts over Jamar Chase. Never. Ever. Nah, Jamar different. Jamar different.
Nah.
Never. And I like Pitts, but never. But Tampa, man, the NFL couldn't have gave you a better team coming off the bye with the Deshaun Watson list, right? A team that you said yourself that seemed like they're just trying to help their decision look even better by having this team 3-7 and probably about to be 3-8 and when Deshaun come back. DJ, I already know what your temperature level is. I don't know, man. I don't see how at this point. I know I talk big. I don't see how at this point y'all aren't gonna take this division by storm, man.
Yeah, we already talked about this, and my confidence in my team has definitely went up tremendously. Not only because we got past Seattle, right? That was my barometer. I made that very clear. 2 weeks ago. I said if they can first get past the Rams, find a way to win, they found a way to win. Then I said it's going to be a very weird game in Germany.
They did.
The Seattle Seahawks had to travel further. We saw that lag over into the game for them, right? And then I've been talking about Rashad White. Finally, Leonard Fournette had an injury, and Rashad White hit the ground running with over a buck. Now they have their bye week. They're getting players back. Hicks is back. Winfield is back. Godwin looks faster right now. Julio Jones is back. They figured out the Gordecki saga and put in Leverett. This team is putting things together. And they're a team that are ascending in November going into December instead of peaking in October and kind of evening out and, just doing that like another team that's right underneath us.
That a shot at the Atlanta Falcons?
I ain't saying no names because nobody's here to defend them. But a team is doing that in the South. Then, like you said, come off the bye, we got Cleveland. No world beaters. They got 3 wins right now. They can't get outside their own way. Brissett is who he is. Backup quarterback.
Yep.
That it just is what it is, right? Then we got New Orleans, right? New Orleans has to come to our house in a primetime game, which Andy Dalton's very Kirk Cousins-ish with that, but I'm going to leave that alone. And Fran. That's going to be the game to really tell what the Bucs are, right? If things kind of go the way they are, Cincy, another tough game, AFC team, which the Bucs have not done well about. Can they write that down this stretch, right? Arizona, a team that has beaten us more times than they haven't over the last couple of years in Arizona. But, that team is still trying to figure things out, and they're not all the way good. Kyler Murray's hurt, and Clausen has got his head beat in last week. And then we got the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons. This is a stretch where the Bucs. Yeah, I already told Mike I might just stay on here too. I really do feel like they can only lose 2 games in this stretch. Do I know exactly what games they are as of right now? No, but this team, the way they're ascending, really looks like a team that's going to take over and they're going to win this division, starting with this week. And I don't know if you want to segue that or you have something that you feel about with these last couple of games where Tampa is. And I know you said Tom Brady every other year. Yeah. What's up?
We're going to get you. We're going to sweep the Bucs. But
I said 2, but I didn't say who was going to be, but I said 2.
Yeah, I'm just
a week by week league, and I'm taking this week by week with this.
It definitely is. That's the realest thing you said, man. Is definitely week by week. Nah, I don't have much. Let's get into this game, man. You hit on everything I wanted to say. I gotta see more. That's it. I'm gonna see more. I know you believed in this stretch and coming in. I gotta see what y'all look like against the Browns, and it's gonna be week to week for me. Speaking of the Browns,
yeah, it's not a given game. I mean, at the end of the day, this Bucs team has made it difficult this season for me to just be like, oh yeah, if this was last year, just sign, seal, delivered. Even though I'm still going to take, we might start off with this game with Cleveland coming off. Well, they just came off a loss, if I'm not mistaken. Nick Chubb, didn't he have an injury, something like that? This team is reeling a little bit, and I think this is a perfect week. Us coming off a bye to play Cleveland, and I think Bucs are going to get this win against the Cleveland Browns at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock game. We didn't play a lot of them this year. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Tampa, old Florida weather people are gonna feel up there in them cold weathers of Cleveland, and in cold weathers. Even though Tom has been able to throw that daggone pill in cold weathers, he did it quite a bit. His bones are a little older, so we're gonna see how he can do. This is a game that some people are going to feel like this is my last chance of getting to Tom. And Myles Garrett, I believe, is going to try to come after and kill Tom. I think Javion Clowney and some of them other boys are probably going to try to do the same thing. They got decent pieces in the secondary. They got best running tandem probably in the NFL. So it's going to be interesting. I want to see if this Tampa defense is going to be the Tampa defense that we thought they were going to be, especially being against the run. Since Akeem Hicks has been back, they've been much better. So I'm kind of leaning like they should be, but I want to see. This is a true test. This is a very, very good test to see if they've improved, because this team should stick to the run. But they've known to throw the ball.
They want to stick to the run.
Yeah, they better stick to the run. So I'm interested to see. This is not a gimme game. Not at all. I don't know what these receivers are going to look like out there. They're going to be cold. Mike Evans, is he going to catch 50% of his passes? He's been, having some drop issues. Is Chris Godwin going to do the same thing? I mean, at one point outside of the last game or two, he's been catching 50% of his passes. So I don't know. We got to see what Julio going to do. It's cold. Is he going to pull a hamstring while he's running a pregame route and say, nah, coach, I can't go in there? I don't know. We're going to see. But this is not a gimme. Not a gimme at all. And you're going to have to play. So I'm excited about watch this one, man. It's a 1 o'clock game like DJ said, which is going to be good. I'm not going to watch it. I put it on Red Zone on the opposite side. I'll be watching Carolina, but I will watch it at some point.
Right. And, I guess the big thing about the Cleveland Browns is, they got, 4 or 3 hurt or questionable offensive linemen, and that's the strength of their team. With who I think is probably their best player, Joel Bonito, which I've talked about before. He's questionable. Wyatt Teller, who's a hell of a guard, he's questionable. And Jarek Willis Jr., who's drafted about 2 years ago, has been a pretty good player at tackle. He's hurt, or he's questionable as well. That's a lot of offensive linemen that, coming into a game where Bucs are going to be, I think, physical with them. Talk about Hicks and inside. I don't know. I think it's very interesting. And I think that can definitely bode well for the Bucs going into this game with a banged up offensive line, which is a strength for the Cleveland Browns.
Facts. Yeah, good point. I was seeing all that. I still think they're going to play, but if they're on the injury report, they ain't all the way. So you got to be right against Tampa, especially with Hicks there.
Definitely. So going down the list with the 1 o'clock game. Woo! Atlanta Falcons going to Washington or going to, I think, Virginia. Aren't they in Virginia?
Nah, they're in Maryland, man.
Oh, they're in Maryland. You're right. My bad.
Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland. Don't get on me about that, because I got a lot of family in Maryland. And big Redskin fans, but they refuse to say Commanders. They still
yes,
say
they do.
But 1:00 game, man, on the road, Atlanta. What you say here?
Give me Washington, man. And the reason why I'm going Washington is I like Ron Rivera and what he's doing with this football team and Tyler Heineke. I mean, if you look at what's going on, Heineke is a running quarterback. These mobile quarterbacks, just like Mariota, have taken over. DJ's been calling it the last couple of years. The era of the statue quarterback is dying. And it looked like it's dead right now. Tyler Heineke, shout out to you. He played with my brother at ODU. Every time I talk about him, I say that. So I got to watch him in person, and he's mobile. He can throw the ball at times. But one thing about him, man, he got a swag and a chip and just plays with like a blue collar. Like it means something to him. He's going to get everything that he has out there on the football field. Kudos to Ron for not being pressured by the media to put Carson Wentz, whatever you want to call him, back in the starting lineup because he doesn't belong there. It seems like his heart's not in football. It's on a mission somewhere in ministry. I don't know where it's at. But it's not in football because he doesn't seem like he gives it his all to make sure he's going to be great. But Heineke is an underdog. And Atlanta Falcons, man, they haven't traveled well. They're 1-4 on the road. Their record is 1-4 on the road. It's going to be a hostile environment. It's going to be a team that people are saying, hey, we got a winning record. We're right here. They know the Giants and the Cowboys are playing Thursday night, so somebody's going to take an L. So they got to make sure that they're creeping up to try to get some type of placement to get a wild card or something like that. And this is a game that I believe they're going to come out and be 7-5 after, 3-3 at home. Atlanta just hasn't traveled well, and I don't see how it's going to continue because that D-line is going to create some problems for that football team. I promise you that.
That D-line is nothing to play with.
No, and Chase coming back too, bro.
And that team is all – they're a tandem right now. I mean, they're together. I just talked about football going into the later part of the season. The Redskins right now are 4-1 in their last 5 games. Okay, and the one loss they took was a 3-point loss to arguably the best NFC team out there in the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
This team is hot right now, and they're at home. You know, we saw all the stuff out there. We seen the Heineke hype and drinking beers on the man. Look, this team is they know what this division looks like. Mike already said it. They know they have to win these games outside the division, and they're not taking this game lightly. And the Commanders are going to come out and get this dub at home. And I'm probably going to stop picking against the Atlanta Falcons at home because they're definitely proving me right or wrong when it comes to, even though they're tough games and they're close, the Atlanta finding ways to win at home. But guess what they're not doing? They're not finding ways to win on the road. Give me the Commanders in this game.
That's what's up. Oh, man, this is going to be a fun game, man. Dang, everybody playing one. I wish this one would have been on Thanksgiving.
Which one?
This Falcons and Washington game. I would have enjoyed watching this one.
Oh, yeah. I'll enjoy breaking these up. But like you said, we got the NFL Plus. Watch this a little later.
It's going to have to. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. That's going to be, dang, Atlanta. And, shout out to Tyler Heineke because he will be wearing some black and red and white J's after he beats y'all because that's what he do. He go get the color of the other team J's and he rocks them in this interview.
I fool with Heineke, man.
Heineke got that swag, man.
I fool with him, man. All right, well, let's continue on with the last. So not all of us plays. New Orleans got that 4, but your team, the Denver Broncos, going to Bank of America Stadium. Let's ride.
Play the
Carolina Panthers. What you say here?
Man, look. We're going to beat the brakes off of them. You hear me?
Not the brakes.
Beat the brakes off of them. They are 1-4 on the road. They're a bad football team offensively. They're not coached well. Their defense is, I give it to them, but they lost Chubb. They lost some pieces. They're not the same defense either. I don't like this football team at all. I don't like anything about what I've seen from this football team. Melvin Gordon got cut. The other running back hurt. The other one's out for the year, the starter. They got 3 of their main running backs gone. I guess Latavius Murray going to have to carry the load against Carolina. I don't know. They might have something up their sleeves up there. I don't like them. I don't like him. Cortland Sutton, I think, is a decent player. Jared Jeudy still hasn't came into his own. I like the tight end they got, but they just seem Russ just doesn't seem like he's right. Like, I don't know. Without Pete Carroll, Russ doesn't look like who I thought Russ was, who he was. Yeah, but I just think Sam Darnold in our run game is going to do enough. Their average is letting up about 4.something yards per attempt. The Broncos are. And the way our defense plays, man, especially at home and protecting our dirt, I know we haven't beat a team that's been out of the division yet, but it has to start now. It has to start right now. And this team is nowhere near like the Baltimore Ravens. I'm sorry. This team is bad. They just got swept. Did they get swept by the Raiders? No. I believe they got swept by the Raiders this year. They lost to the Raiders week 4, and then they lost to them again last week. This team has been swept by the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a bad, piss-poor football team. Yeah. And kudos to Sam Darnold for coming out with his first start this week and getting the victory. Jeremy Chinn's going to be back in action and more, up to par because he got a game under his belt. Brian Burns is going to be chasing him. We got the speed. Dog. We got the speed to be able to hang with Russ and all that little Houdini stuff that he be trying to do. But he ain't Houdini. This ain't Lamar Jackson. But he can't sling that thing. So I would pay attention to C.J. Henderson over there. Make sure he is not on an island. I don't care what you got to do. Make sure you have safety help and linebacker help on whoever's over there. Because he just good. CJ got to play better. But, man, he challenged him. I mean, I love that about Steve Wilkes. He went in our locker room in the press game and said, I need my stars to play like stars. These jokers ain't stepping up. CJ Henderson, he got all the talent in the world, but there's certain things that we call out there that we give him flexibility, and he's just out there not playing like he's supposed to play. John Smith, he know how important that is, taking care of that football in that moment. We can't have those. This is the NFL. This ain't college. This ain't high school. We can just overlook this. You can get cut for stuff like this, player. There's plenty of guys out here that we can think that can do what you do. I love that, man. Call him out because everything he said to them, he said he can say out here because he said it to him. So he can stand up on his 2 feet on that. So, but anyway, outside of all that, man, we're going to bust them out. Patrick Surtain, J.C. Horn, let's see what we got here. Interesting thing to pay attention to. I'm excited. I'm excited about this football game. I love the way my team played last week, and I'm not big on moral victories, but hell, that was a moral victory for me.
So you're taking your Panthers.
Yes. I usually don't. I've been picking against us all season long. Since Steve Wilkes, I guess I was like, I can't pick us no more, but yeah. I'm going Carolina.
That is, but
ESPN.
It's Russell Wilson is the biggest disappointment in the NFL. I mean, a player that you look at his career, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I mean, there's no arguing it. I mean, he's had double-digit winning seasons, even past the Legion Boone years with the Seattle Seahawks. And I guess the question, kind of like the Tom Brady and Bill Belichick question, is it Russ or is it Pete Carroll? Well, right now, Pete Carroll winning that conversation because I did not think that Russell Wilson could look as bad as he has. Even with the players they got over there with Sutton, Jeudy. I know Hamler's not all that, but, with him. I even like the damn tight end they got in the draft with DeLuch. Was it LSU or something like that, or UCLA or wherever he came out of? I'm beyond shocked at how bad this offense is. And going into this game, we watched the Panthers do what they did against the Baltimore Ravens, right? They're getting healthy. You guys get healthy on defense. You brought back Jeremy Chinn. And your defense has been playing well all season. It's hard for me to pick a team like the Denver Broncos on the road when they're not playing to the level that they should be playing. And we don't really know why. I know I want to only point out Russ, but also looking at that coach, you got to take a look at him and saying what's going on here because this team should be winning more than they are. But with all that being said, I'm taking the Panthers at home. Even though there's a part of me that doesn't want to because the Panthers have not won a game outside of the division. Right?
Yeah.
That's the part that makes you be like, I don't know. But then y'all 2-1 on at home, like in the division. Like what y'all games y'all won against
the
divisional games were all at home, right?
Yeah. And Steve Wilkes we talking about too, man. Steve Wilkes is 2 and what? What is he at home? 2-1? Wait a minute, I don't know. Has he lost at home?
But it's getting this division. I said everything's telling me to pick Carolina Panthers, right? Because the Denver Broncos are just a bad football team, and I know the Carolina Panthers haven't been the greatest team either.
Steve Wilkes undefeated.
Numbers are against both of y'all. I feel like both teams in this matchup. Sam Darnold's first start in a while. Fuck, this is.
Shout out to my cuz. What up, fam? What up?
3-0 at home. I hear you, Zim. I hear you.
I'm telling you, but look, I'm gonna tell you something. Steve Wilkes has not lost in Charlotte since he's been the head coach.
I'll go Carolina. I'm gonna stick with that was my initial pick. I'm gonna stick with it because Denver's just been bad, man. It's gonna be a low scoring game. And my question is, because let's be honest, Michael. Last time we saw Sam Darnold, he did turn the ball over a little bit.
What you mean? When? The last
time
we
year.
saw,
I know it's Matt Rule. I know it's Matt Rule and everything like that. But
at the beginning of Sam Darnold started what 3-0, 4-0 when he first started.
That's what I'm saying. Like towards the end of the stretch. I'm not talking about the beginning. Yeah, I know how he started.
Right.
But yeah, that last couple, it looked very. That's why I ended up doing what I did to go get Baker. Right. I mean. Down the stretch, Sam did not look good, right?
Yeah, like nobody did.
That's fair. That's fair. But I'm going with Carolina. Like I said, I'm not going to talk my way out of it because Denver's bad. They're bad. They really are.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
And this is the thing, man. Sam know what time it is. Sam is auditioning. He's auditioning for another opportunity. This is it. I mean, if he's going to play somewhere else or get another opportunity, this is his audition. And I think this is a tough defense to go up against for an audition. I will definitely say that. And so was Baker's last week. So now you got to show the NFL. My bad, I like my camera off. I didn't even know. So now you got to show the NFL that you can play against top tier defenses. He's not playing against the offense. Like we know Denver's offense is doo-doo. They're averaging 14 points per game. It is bad. The worst in the NFL. So he doesn't have a juggernaut offense that he has to worry about. He knows his defense can probably create enough to help win football games because we got a more established run game than them too. So we can control the clock, control the tempo, run the ball, pound. Don't let them tee off on Sam. Sam hit his check down, get his timing right, get the ball to DJ, get the ball to Terrace, get him to the right guys, and just be smart with the football. We're going to be fine in this football game.
That scares me too, man. I mean, week 12? Sam's getting his first start.
Yeah.
I'm going with Carolina, but I don't feel good about it. It's just because there's so many factors that I just don't know in this game with y'all. Even though y'all come off as being the better team, y'all have identity on defense. Y'all run the ball well. I mean, Broncos haven't really done anything well in offense, so it definitely feels an edge to y'all. But can Sam mess this up? So I don't know. So, but I'm still going to Carolina.
And you're right. I get that, but I don't think Sam's going to have long. Just like Fam said, PJ has played the best out of three of them. Out of the three, I guess.
Ain't much. Good, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. What he has. And so once PJ is back the way he's supposed to be, he got a week of practice. He's practicing this week. He gets another week of practice. I expect him to be the starter of the next week unless Sam just comes out of here and throws 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions and just kills it. Because to me, if I'm going up to Seattle to play against Seattle. Give me the guy that ain't gonna be rattled, and that's PJ. We know Sam is twinkle toes. He gets scary. He see ghosts. We know Baker just ain't it. That's Baker Shitfield. He ain't it. But PJ gonna have that daggone thing in control. Even if he does throw a pick or so here, he gonna still bounce back and have that adversity where he's not a privilege. You know what? He's been through the mud. He got that, and so I would trust that if I'm Steve Wilkes. What's your thoughts on this, DJ? And we can go on to the Saints game unless you got something else you want to talk about with this Panthers.
I personally think y'all should make him the head coach. So, bro, Steve Wilkes. That is okay. So,
yeah,
I do think that Steve Wilkes will bring an attitude that is very reminiscent to a Ron Rivera, right? It's going to feel very Ron-esque from what he's going to bring. I think Steve Wilkes has a chip on his shoulder, just like I think a lot of Carolina Panthers and stuff like that got. So it kind of rings to y'all because he didn't get a fair shake in Arizona at all. I mean, he got shitted on like many black coaches do in the NFL. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, my guy. I mean, hey, enjoy it. Enjoy the football, man. Maybe you should touch those real quick and get out of here. But anyway,
we'll touch those after.
Steve Wilkes, I think it would be a good look. I think the players really like him. I think they trust him. I think they know he will do what's best for the team. And I don't know if I could trust your owner or your GM to go out and get another coach.
Yeah, talking.
That's something you don't know what door number 2 looks like with this team. I know there's only 32 jobs, so there's going to be coaches lining up. But I mean, let's be honest. Like, what coach really? Like, who really looks good from a? You're taking a swing this year. There's nobody out there unless you can pull in a Sean Payton or somebody like that who is an innovative, play call and has a very long rap sheet of being good as a head coach.
Right.
There isn't much. Everything else is we're just taking a shot. We're taking we don't know what's going to happen. You already done that with Matt Rule, right? I mean, I think you want to go with somebody that can bring stability to an organization. And honestly, the way he rules with an iron fist, I think he's gonna get rid of Ben McAdoo if he do stay there.
Absolutely.
I think he's just letting it, just play out. And I mean, he has to, right? He's just
yes.
But yeah, I think he's gonna put his whole entire print on this team. And yeah, I think way he still has that defense playing at a high level when he wasn't even the defensive coordinator at first. They're still playing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's impressive by itself. If he can just get the right offensive coordinator there, get a quarterback, the Panthers are you ain't that far away.
Right.
You're not. So yes, I would say if I am Tepper, but Tepper's an idiot, I will continue to say that on this damn microphone. He thinks he knows things better than everybody else, so he's gonna probably do something else than what we be saying here, and probably not go with Steve Wilkes. Yes, I will go with him.
Well, rumors had it that there has been an offer to Steve Wilkes, and it actually happened after the second Falcons game, that Thursday night. I think it happened sometime over the weekend. That was silent. Don't know how true it is. Shout out to my boy said some stuff about that too. Keep pounding TV, but 2020, go follow him if you haven't already. That's my guy. But yeah, man. But the asking price, the money that they were offering wasn't like, he was like, nah, man, this is my number, so get closer. And I respect the heck out of that. It's like, you're not gonna come. You paid this sorry coach from Baylor that didn't have nowhere near the resume that I have, all this money and gave him all this time.
Yeah, they gotta match that.
You gotta match that or be very close to it.
Because that's a slap in his face. And any other coach you bring into this organization, that you lowball them, right? And
Exactly.
I hate to play the race card too. I mean,
Okay.
it seems like many owners, because they have a certain thought process when it comes to black coaches, that you're just lucky to get the job, right?
Yeah.
You feel honored that I'm even offering you the job, that you'll take a lower amount, right?
Right.
I mean, go look at the history. Go look at it. I mean, everything is out there for you to see it, right? I mean, it's and then he's doing it again. If you're telling me that Matt Rule as a NFL, I guess, coach is better than Steve Wilkes, who has been in the NFL a lot longer,
Yeah.
and you gonna offer him less money, it's not my fault that you decided to make that decision with that. That's
right.
not Steve Wilkes' fault or problem. Pay the man. Pay him pay him $1 million more than you paid Matt Rule. I guarantee you pay it. He take it.
Right, because look what I'm doing. Like, I know the results haven't fully been there, right? But all these games outside of the Bengals game, were very competitive throughout the entire game. The Rams finished out late in that game and got some, they started separating. But the Falcons game, Tampa game, Ravens game, these were some battles, close battles. So and then if he comes away with a win here, then he has a 3-3 record as the coach. So he's 500 with Matt Rule guys that he couldn't get right. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's no way you can't do this. And I'm from Charlotte. And then if you hire me, the Rooney Rule kicks in, and then we get an additional draft pick. Don't you get a comp pick for that? And we already been talking
over in the motherfucking NFL, man. Stop being cheap. Pay the man what he deserves. The brother from West Charlotte.
I mean, because he's giving you, and I'm not saying he's Tomlin or anything, but he's giving you that straightforward, direct, that vibe of a Mike Tomlin type of coach, where he's a no-nonsense, very respectable man, though. You know what I'm saying? Like people love and want to play for him, and he's bringing back excitement in the Carolinas. Like, you can't be mad about this. You just get a dub Thursday night on prime time. We know Carolina hasn't been doing well on prime time, and you get a dub, and it's a convincing dub. And then you play Baltimore, who everybody thought that you were going to get destroyed, and it's a 6-3 game pretty late in the fourth quarter. So your job is defense, and you're doing a heck of a job with defense. Like DJ said, you put your imprint on getting the right offensive coordinator that fits your style of defensive play calling. Man, this team can be on the up and up with a young quarterback coming in this draft, because you're going to get a good top pick. More than likely. I'm going to say more than likely you're going to get a good top pick. So I don't know, man. I'm with it. I'm all for it. I wouldn't rush the gun. No, I would kind of let it play out. But yesterday's price is not today's price. If this man somehow finished this season 500, if he finished this season, DJ, 500, Matt Rule's best season was 5 wins. If he finishes 500, he's matching Matt Rule's best season, which is 5 wins.
Crazy.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the math is right on that.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah. So I'm with it too. Steve Wilkes is my guy. I love him. Charlotte, through in and throughout. North Carolina, represent all that, dog. Who we got next, man? Saints.
All right, man. 4:00 game. We all gonna watch this one. I ain't got a choice. My boy gonna be over here too, probably. Watch the 49ers. It's the New Orleans Saints heading to San Fran to play the San Francisco 49ers. Mike, what you say? Yeah.
49ers defense, man. They're on a winning streak but I will say this. Well, yeah, these are West Coast teams though. The Rams, the Chargers, and Arizona. You go through this stretch outside of the Atlanta game when they were all banged up. Their whole defense was hurt. They had like 1 or 2 starters on defense. And then you play against Kansas City. That's just different. Kansas City's just different. You start and go back to the Rams. They beat the Rams, Carolina, and in the last one, 7 games, they're 5-2. So they're 6-4 on the record because they started off 2-2, but the last 7 games are 5-2. They're playing at home. That defense flying around. Andy Dalton is not elite. The running game hasn't showed up like that. Yeah, man. This is a hard draw for Atlanta to be on the road, man. Not Atlanta Saints, my bad. The Saints to be on the road. Oh man. Yeah, give me the 49ers in this one, dog. They're 3-1 at home. The Saints are 1-3 on the road. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Shannon.
Yeah, give me. Yeah, give me 49ers, man. Woo.
Man, you even have to give us a little clear in this game.
I didn't.
I mean, and be honest, I think I've been most accurate when it comes to Saints and picking them. Look, this team, they don't lose this game. There's a lot of pride still in that defense, is New Orleans Saints, so they're gonna play tough. But I mean, this San Francisco team is loaded. I mean, Christian McCaffrey has brought another dynamic to that team. Yeah. Kittle is out there balling. Ayuk, best receiver on that team. They don't even know if they got Marshawn Lattimore still.
Man, we ain't gonna sleep on Debo.
I was getting there. Debo. I mean, Trent Williams is just getting back. The offensive line is, back in stout. They're home. We're talking about a Saints team that hasn't done anything consistent and right the entire season. The travel on the road.
Yeah.
Across the damn United States to beat probably, which we already talked about, arguably the best team in the NFC. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. We need that. Hell nah. Nah. No.
Yeah, we gotta add that.
No way, bro. Like this.
Yeah.
If this is a game, I be going back and forth with the Saints sometimes. There ain't no back and forth in this game.
Yeah, you do.
They losing this game. They're losing this game. This team is hot. This team is. They beat 2 teams already. Double digits the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like they're not letting up a lot of points.
Nope.
Nah, yeah. This is not a good matchup for the Saints, and it's gonna get ugly in this game. I feel like this game will get ugly.
Yeah, I can see that too, man. 38-10, 22-16, 31-14. Like these teams haven't cracked 20 points. 17 points. None of them. And I don't see that happening with the New Orleans Saints, man. Oh my gosh, you're right. I should just said 49. This gonna be tough.
If they beat this team, the temperature in New Orleans is going to definitely change next week, but I don't see it happening.
Dang, then they got the Buccaneers, so that's a game you better hope they ain't overlooking.
It's rough for them.
Ooh. Then they still got Philly and Carolina and Atlanta and the Deshaun Watson Cleveland. God, almighty. Anyway,
yeah, it's not. They got probably the hardest.
They do. They do.
South. I know they're trying to point at us for a second, but it's not even close. I think with New Orleans, and with a team that's not even playing well anyway.
Yeah,
it's gonna get ugly. But
yeah.
So all right. So took San Fran, took Carolina, took Bucks, and took Washington. I think. What did you do? You did.
We chose the same, fam.
I should just take Denver just because I was up in the air with it.
Give me Cleveland. I'm gonna be that guy. Give me Cleveland. Nick Chubb gonna run all over you.
Shit.
Nah, we got the same, man. I hope it play out. That means both. How long, man? But that we both picked our teams. It just played out that way. My team lost last week.
I mean, we've been totally. I mean, look, we were 2-1 last week, right?
Right, we were 2-1.
2-1. I should have been 3-0.
No, you shouldn't have been.
Shit.
I should have been. Chargers, man.
If Justin Fields' ass had some more juice in him because he didn't use it all the last 2 weeks, they'd have won that game. Damn, Cordell Patterson fumble the ball, turn the ball over. He gonna turn around and get the damn kickoff. First time in what? Atlanta hasn't seen a kickoff return in God knows how long. It happened in that game. They got it though. Sean J, congratulations to you on that. It got me on that one. But yeah, we're all 2-1. Ain't no reaching.
Yeah, we were 2-1, man.
Got 4 games this week though.
The daggone Rams going to the half were leading. I just knew they were about to. Anyway, yeah, we about to be 4-0. And so my team lost, man. I picked my team to lose last week. We ended up losing. So this ain't no bias, man. We just call it like it is.
Yep.
I'd be 4-0.
Hey, man. I hope everybody enjoys their Turkey Day. I know everybody don't call it, Thanksgiving, for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, but we also real quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. I forgot about them games. Oh, I just got excited when I thought about them.
Yeah.
Let's pull them things up real quick.
Well, I got them up. Buffalo and Detroit. It's at Detroit. Buffalo's been in Detroit all week long because they had to play in Detroit last week. 12:30 game. I think this is going to be a fun game. People keep talking about the toilet water. Detroit's been playing some good football on offense. They're 4-6 right now, and the Bills defense has not been the same defense. They've been banged up quite a bit, especially in the secondary. And there you go. I was going to let you go ahead. Go ahead and talk about that offense.
The offense ain't. The Bills came out hot. They're cooling off right now. They're not. They're not what everybody wanted to don them and get away from the Chiefs. Like they try to call the Chiefs the Bills, basically at this point. The Bills gotta get right. This is a game that they have to back solidify that they're one of the best teams in the NFL. I mean, many people said this is the best team in the NFL, and they have not been that over the last couple weeks.
Right.
But the Lions are a team that Mike was right. They play teams tough, but they continuously can't get out their own damn way. That's why they're 4-6 right now.
Yep.
And they're going to be 4-7 after this game because they're going to continue to do what the hell they do. Josh Allen's going to find a way to get right. Stephon Diggs, they're going to get the ball to him. They're going to get to Gabriel Davis, and they're going to do what they're going to do on offense, and that defense is going to shut down Jared Goff, who's been playing pretty good ball this year. I've been pretty impressed with Jared Goff. I've been somebody that's been very down on Jared Goff, so I'm going to give him his flowers because he's been playing pretty decent. But it ain't going to be good enough against the Bills, and the Bills are going to win this game in Detroit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, fam. I'm with you on that one. Jeff Okudah's out. I ain't like he all world. I'm about to say ain't like he all world anyway. But, I mean, this is a 9.5 point, favorite for the Bills, and the Bills been there. They just played in this stadium last week, so they got a daggone warm up game for this dome. So yeah.
It's a dome too. Oh yeah,
give me Buffalo. I think it's gonna be fun though.
I don't know. I hope Jared Goff can get out this game because that DMD line is going to come after him.
Well, they've been running the ball pretty good. Williams got like 12 touchdowns or something like that. Yeah, they've been running the ball well. So, good offensive coordinator. He's going to be a head coach name flying out there. So, looking for an offensive-minded head coach, he might be a guy. All right. So, we got the game of the week. The game of the Turkey Day.
I don't know, that next game kind of interesting too, though. Yeah. But so with the Giants going to Dallas,
7-3 versus 7-3, Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, this is they knew what they were doing when they were setting this game up. This game is the battle of the team that's not supposed to be there against the team that's always supposed to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dallas is running high right now. I mean, I hate Dallas with all my might. I hate them. Hate the fans. Hate the team. Hate the owner. Only thing I like is Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
That's it. But I ain't gonna lie, this team is playing really good football. Dan Quinn has brought an element that as a football fan I can appreciate past my hate for a team because they're playing, good defense, strong defense. Giants are playing over their head. I mean, the Giants, a team I've been talking about for a lot. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Appreciate you checking us out. We finish this up. But I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys without going too much into it. Look, Danny Dimes ain't it. They already lost Kadarius Toney. Saquon's been running the ball, but I think he's number 2 in the league in rushing right now. That's what they're going to have to do to have a chance in this game. Daniel Jones has been really good, especially in the RPO running game. And the defense is banged up. I just don't see the Giants having enough. But this is a Giant-Cowboy matchup. This game can go either way. This is something that's happened over the years, that one team was better than the other, and the other team always came in here and won this game. But that's not enough for me to take the Giants. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Yeah, give me Dallas all day long. Dak Prescott playing against the NFC East. This is his baby. He comes out and he's always, since he's been, if I recall playing, has had winning records against this division. Even when they haven't, done too well. Even that year he choked him against the Eagles, and I ain't gonna never forget that either. But he played well against this division, and it seemed like their whole offensive line is out. You got Lemieux out, you got Evan Neal out, you got you do whatever his name is. You got 4 offensive linemen that have already been ruled out. That's not a good sign. Right now, the spread is 10 points to Dallas. I mean, I don't think this one's going to be close. I think it's going to be an ugly football game. Even though I like Dayball and think he's done a great job and got most out of his team. One thing I will say in coaching, man, coaching is about getting the most out of the least. My bad, y'all. The most out of the least, and also getting the best out of your best. And that's what he's done. So kudos to him for doing a heck of a job coaching. At 3-1 on the road. Dallas is 4-1 at home. But they're just too much and too healthy at this point compared to what New York is. So sweet for the Dallas Cowboys against the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, and I think the Giants still playing a long game in this too. I think
absolutely. They got to.
They're not looking at this one game, and even though a lot of us looking at this is a big divisional game. They know they have to win. They need to get healthy, right? They have 10 days before their next matchup, and it is what it is. They're gonna go out there fight, but shorthanded. And look, Dallas can drop games like this, but I'm not betting against them in this game.
Dropping this, man. I don't know how you feel. This man is 9-2 in his career against the daggone Giants. It ain't happening.
I'm picking Dallas, man. Shoot, I ain't going over that game. I'm good. I'm good on that one.
And he lost his first 2 to them, and as a rookie, he ain't lost since. He ain't losing to them.
I don't think so either. I really don't.
Yeah.
All right.
What's his last game we got?
So we got the New England Patriots, who have been surging as of late, going to Minnesota to play the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, can I start? I'm starting. Give me the New England Patriots to beat those in Minnesota. This is a primetime game, Sunday night game. Kirk Cousins is going to Kirk Cousins, and they're going to lose this football game. Now, the only thing that's gotten me a little iffy is that they built this football team very well to cover up quite a bit of Kirk Cousins' deficiencies. So even if he does Kirk Cousins, they've been able to find ways to win football games. But this team here, man, I don't see it. I know they just caught an L, a rough L, a beat down. Belichick's going out coach. Give me another one. I don't know. Even though I don't like them coaches, I don't like them quarterbacks in the play. I just, man. Who you got, DJ? I know you're going with the horns.
Everything's telling me, I'm telling you not to pick this team, but you took everything I was going to say about Minnesota. Minnesota is a very well-structured team this year. There's a part of me that wants to take New England because New England's 4-1, 5-1 or something like that in the last 5 to 6 matchups. But they beat the Jets. That's been their best team they played against, but they beat them twice in that stretch.
Yep.
Belichick's been doing that for years anyway. But they beat Cleveland and Chicago and an Indianapolis team. Is that around the time that Frank Wright got fired? Is that game? And they just made because Saturday.
Well, he got him fired.
Yeah, that was the one. Okay, I'm taking Minnesota in this matchup. I need to see more out of this team. Like I said, they've been shuffling quarterbacks and stuff like that. I'm a big believer I still believe in Belichick. I think he's a hell of a coach. I mean, hell, they're only letting up damn near 17 points a game, even with the struggles they're having on offense.
Right.
But, man, this was loaded, man. And Jefferson give me Jefferson and Cook, man. Even though they got players that are out though. They lost Darrisaw. I think he out.
Yes.
I gotta pick somebody different than you, man.
Hey, do what you do.
That's one of the main reasons I don't want to pick against Belichick in prime time, and I don't want to go with Kirk Cousins in prime time. So I'm taking New England with man.
Look, one thing about Bill Belichick he's been known to do, and he's been very good at it, is take away your best option and weapon and figure out somebody else is going to beat us. So I know everybody's saying it's hard. Justin Jefferson is like that. Yes, he is. I've been a huge Justin Jefferson fan. I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't know, you know. I'm huge Justin Jefferson fan. I knew he was the best receiver coming out in that draft. Everybody kept talking about all these other guys. Nope, he should have been the first one picked. The only receiver that you should have picked over Justin Jefferson was if Jamar Chase could have came out that year. Other than that, there's not another receiver that should have been taken before him. But Belichick, man. Belichick.
Hate on Belichick.
Yeah, man, I mean, what they 5 and 6? I mean, 5 out of the last 6?
Yeah, they're playing some good ball, man. Even with the problems they're having at quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, they're swapping quarterbacks. They got Zappy in 1 week. They got Jones in next week. It just don't matter. You know, defense is balling, and they're doing enough on offense.
They had that one bloop with Justin Fields, and you got to be mobile. Cam Newton did well again. Look, think about this. Tua can move a little bit. Lamar Jackson can move. Guess who beat him? Aaron Rodgers can move, maybe not as much, but he can still move.
That's very fair.
Justin Fields can move. Kirk Cousins. Yeah. I'm telling you, when Cam Newton has not lost. I mean, he did well against.
Wilson can move. Mr. Zach.
Yeah, to hell with Zach. Hey, I haven't watched this video, man, or press conference. I just know that's who he's been. So don't fool me. Don't come and talk about, I can't believe. Nah, that's who he's been. I ain't never seen that, man. They vote. He got eight captain positions you can vote for, and you don't vote for your quarterback.
Zach Wilson trash as a prospect, in my opinion. Just because he has a talented arm doesn't mean you're a good quarterback.
Right.
Marcus Russell had one of the most talented arms that was out there and been one of the biggest busts. Ryan Leaf, another one, talented ass arm. Dumbass pickup. They're all personality issues.
Yep.
But they look the other direction on these picks.
Yep. Stop doing that. Becoming fans and picking them because something's cute.
Yeah.
You quit.
Yeah, man. That's the picks, man. Hey, man.
We 100 men together, everything. Sheesh.
You said what?
We picked every team to be the same in every game.
This is the first time ever. I don't think we've ever agreed on anything
like this.
We've picked same teams, but never down the list the same. No.
Yeah.
Which scares me.
Yeah.
Which is very scary. That's why we need Sean J here, man. He could have brought a different energy with some of these picks, especially that Atlanta pick. You know, he wouldn't have.
Oh, yeah. They ain't losing.
We should have probably got his picks and said his picks before we even got on today.
Well, he said he was scared of Washington. Remember, he said he felt like 3-1, and that one was going to be against Washington.
Oh, shit, it's not looking like 3-1. I told him that.
Well, yeah. Didn't they win last week?
They did.
Yeah, so they 1-1. So
What?
they still got a shot.
Always.
All right, man. Happy Thanksgiving, brother, man. I know we're gonna wrap later on, man, but
Yeah, I get my charger first. I'm going to the wall.
Oh, I'm talking about just rap, like you and I just rap off camp. Not right now. Well, we'll rap anyway. This your boy Mike Ricks, man. One of the calls of the NFC South versus the NFL. I'm the Carolina Panthers representative. We're gonna get us a win. I know Carolina Panthers gonna be very upset, the fan base, because they're taking for Tua. Taking for Bryce Young. It's not gonna happen. Texans are gonna get the number 1 pick, and they're gonna get that guy because they're going quarterback. So,
Steve Wilson is interviewing for games. I don't why.
Yeah.
None of these quarterbacks, as far as I can see so far, are not different. They're not saying they can't be good quarterbacks, but none of them feel like I haven't got my feel about any quarterbacks to be like, oh yeah, you gotta go get him.
DJ, not one am I salivating over. All the ones that I'm like, actually can't come out right now, and that's the quarterback at USC in North Carolina. So
I say what? Grayson McCall. Oh. I see people starting to finally like the kid. I saw somebody mention his name. That boy he look like he's gonna be a player. Coach for Carolina.
Yeah,
I like him. I like his makeup. I like everything about him. I would do a little more recon on him.
And you know where he from? He from Indian Trail, went to Porter Ridge. Shout out to Porter Ridge, North Carolina bred.
Oh, now maybe I should.
Daniel Jones. That's your Daniel Jones right there, boy. That's your Daniel Jones. Get him. That's what you wanted.
It's your boy DJ, man. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers representative, man. Appreciate everybody that came and check us out. Happy Thanksgiving. I got a lot of cooking to do tomorrow. I'm the cook around here, so yeah. But it'll all pay off. I got my brisket in the oven, holding right now. I know, Mike. I had to say that because Mike asked. Swear I make a brisket every month.
It's at least a quarter.
But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all all the time, man. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Enjoy y'all week of football. Enjoy your week and all that. We'll see y'all next week. Better prepared and better ready.
Yeah, because you see we got week 11 up here. But we talked about last week.
I just grabbed the first thing. I was like, I ain't got time to be looking for something. I was putting it up here.
Yeah, it's all good. All right, fam. We out.
We out. Peace.